In order to understand switches a little bit better, let's compare them with other infrastructure network devices. The first thing that came along was the hub. The idea of the hub was to be able to plug multiple devices into one port on a router. However, it had problems. The idea is that when this PC here wants to send a frame, the hub is just like a big bunch of wires tied together, and every computer on this thing can hear it. That's only sustainable for fairly small networks. Once you get 20 or so of these computers on here, you start to have too many collisions for good speed in the network. Every frame is heard by every device, and this creates one giant collision domain. Now, the bridge came along to separate these things. If I had, say, 40 computers, I might put 20 of them on one side of the bridge, and you can see here that the bridge has two ports on here. This is a special console port for setting this thing up, but I've got two ports here, and one port would go to a hub here, and one port would go to a hub here, and I could put, say, 20 on this one and 20 on this one, and this bridge will separate this network into two collision domains. So each of these two ports on the bridge creates a collision domain. It's used to speed up. Once these things get too large, these networks get too large, we can break it up, and that helps speed up these large networks. Then, of course, the switch is what we're looking at right now, and each computer on the switch is on its own collision domain, so things remain very fast. And then, of course, routers we've talked about a little bit already, and we're going to have a whole section on routers later on, but routers separate networks. So you can see here I've got three different networks. Each network terminates here on a switch, and then that switch in turn can go to several PCs. So here I've got three different networks, and routers, by the way, do separate collision domains. They also separate broadcast domains, which none of these up here do. Only the router separates broadcast domains.